I would like to thank you all for coming to my 75th birthday conference. Actually, for those keeping count, I am closer to 75 and a half. But that shouldn't get in the way of a good celebration. Thanks also to the organizing committee and sponsors for making this all happen. In particular, I would like to offer special thanks to Intel, who support our supercomputer, Cosmos, and who have for a long time sponsored development of my communication equipment, allowing me to give this lecture to you today. It is traditional on these occasions to say a few words, and so I hope you will indulge me while I look back over my life in physics and reflect on how our understanding of black holes and the state of the universe has changed. I was 20 in October 1962 when I arrived in Cambridge at DAMT, the Department of Applied Mathematics and Theoretical Physics. I had applied to work with Fred Hoyle, the most famous British astronomer of the time. I say astronomer because cosmology then was hardly recognized as a legitimate field. However, Hoyle had enough students already, so to my great disappointment, I was assigned to Dennis Sharma, of whom I had not heard. But it was just as well I hadn't been a student of Hoyle, because I would have been drawn into defending his steady-state theory, a task which would have been harder than denying global warming. I hadn't done much mathematics in the very easy physics course at Oxford, so Sharma suggested I work on astrophysics. But having been cheated out of working with Hoyle, I wasn't going to do something boring like Faraday rotation. I had come to Cambridge to do cosmology, and cosmology I was determined to do. At that time, cosmology and gravitation were neglected fields that were ripe for development. So I read old textbooks on general relativity and traveled up to near relativity lectures at King's College London each week. I followed the words and equations, but I didn't really get a good feel for the subject. At that time, it became clear something was not quite right with me. Already in Oxford, I had noticed that I could no longer row a sculling boat properly. The Christmas after arriving in Cambridge, I went home. It was a very cold winter and my mother persuaded me to go skating on the lake in St. Albans, even though I knew I was not up to it. I fell over and had great difficulty getting up again. My mother realized something was wrong and took me to the doctor. I spent weeks in Bart's hospital and had many tests.